Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still watching The Breakfast Show, and we're still covering the nationalization of the Suez Canal 69 years ago. 69 years ago, late President Gamal Abdel Nasser announced the nationalization of the Suez Canal. The Suez Canal is an amazing and great canal, and it's connecting the Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. And to shed more light on this topic, we are delighted to have with us over the phone Dr. Maryan Guirguis. She's writer and journalist. Good morning, Dr. Maryan.
Good morning to you and your dear viewers.
Thank you very much for joining us today on Nile TV International.
Thank you. My honor.
Dr. Maryan, I would like you to tell me more about the origin of the Suez Canal and whose idea was this idea.
Yes, when we are talking about the Suez Canal, we have to look from the historic point of view and from the economic point of view. Of course, the owner of the idea was Ferdinand de Lesseps, and since more than 1856, and he was proposed the idea to the Egyptian state. As you know, it required massive labor by force for nominal pay, and many of our grandfathers have died working on this canal. They was just using picks and shovels to dig. And maybe since Ismail Pasha abruptly banned the forced labor in 1863, so they changed the strategy using custom-made and coal-powered shovels. I think the Suez Canal was one of one of the achievements to the humanity that Ismail Pasha offered to the humanity, but due to its strategic location and due to its economic impact and the reduced time. Before the Suez Canal, ships used the long way around Africa in order to deliver their goods. But after the Suez Canal, the time was severely reduced and the costs of shipping was lessened, and also, of course, the time was reduced. The transient time of the goods was reduced. Let me tell you also about the Nasser decision. Since 69 years, it was partly driven by the desire to find Aswan Dam and assert the Egyptian control over a very vital waterway, which is the Suez Canal. And the nationalization led to a military conflict we all know that was launched as a joint attack on Egypt from Britain, France, and Israel, as they were losing their interest and influence in the region.
Dr. Maryan, how crucial was that decision at that time for the Egyptian society?
Yes, I think it was very crucial at that time. Many people saying that after 99 years, the contract was already to come to an end. But actually, this is not the truth. We have heard in 1910, the French or the British company proposed a secret deal to Boutros Ghali Pasha in order to extend the contract to the more 40 extra years, which means that will end in 2008. So I think as much as the cost was very high due to the British and the French and Israeli attacks on Egypt in 1956, but it was very important decision from Abdel Nasser to nationalize the company as one of, and recognize it as one of the Egyptian companies related and owned and administrated by the Egyptian administration. Maybe otherwise, till our moment, it would have never been an Egyptian company till now.
And what was the results of the nationalization of the Suez Canal, Dr. Maryan?
Of course, we know from the history how much maybe it was very vigorous, the military conflict that was launched on Egypt from this joint attack on 1956. As I told you, they were losing their interests, and we can know how the decision was important from this vigorous or from this aggressive military attack. As you know, the Suez Canal, from its strategic location and from its economic impact, we know it's the shortest maritime from Europe to Asia. And prior to in construction, as I told you, they had to embark a very long journey around the Cape of Good Hope. Also, it's not a new idea. It may be, if we go back in the history and we search it or we surface the history, well, we will find that the idea was not new from Ferdinand de Lesseps, but maybe maybe the Egyptian pharaoh, the
Ancient
Senusert
Egyptians,
III,
yes.
had built a very an early canal that was connecting the Red Sea and the Nile River, 1850 before Christ.
Yeah,
Also,
King
Napoleon
Senusert the
Bonaparte
third, I think.
considered building it on 1798, but he was forced with refusal, and he was faced with very refusal from all the British and the French Empire at that time. As they said to him that he will fail to build this canal due to geographic issues, as the Red Sea is 30 feet higher than the Mediterranean Sea. And even in 1854, when the former diplomat de Lesseps negotiated an agreement to form the Suez Canal, many British statements considered its construction political scheme designed to undermine the dominance of global shipping.
Yeah. Moving to trade, Dr. Maryan, how do you view the impact of the Suez Canal on the global trade and nowadays and before?
Yes, I will answer your question by remembering a very important incident, which is the blockage of the Evergreen, and we called it the Evergreen crisis. I cannot forget a very important article that was written in the Forbes entitled in 2024, entitled The Suez Canal Lesson Learned. They were discussing the impact on the economy and on the global supply chains after the Evergreen crisis, saying that if this continued to happen, this will cause many problems in the global supply chains, and the bottlenecks could occur again if one incident will happen like the Evergreen crisis. I think when the Evergreen was blocked in the Suez Canal, as much as the Egyptian state showed its efficacy and its efficiency to solve this crisis, it showed the whole world the impact of the Suez Canal on the global economy and how much it will affect the supply chain, as I am saying to you about the Forbes article, which was targeted to the European industries, saying that we have to forecast vision and find alternative routes to the Suez Canal in case it happened any blockage or any crisis like the Suez Canal, like what happened in 2021 when the Evergreen was blocked in the Suez Canal. And Tesla was one of the first companies to report supply bottlenecks leading to an eruption in the production in the plants Potok in Germany, and there was a very huge pressure on the supply chain, and of course even the prices of transport was skyrocketing.
Yeah, Dr. Maryan, back to history. Tell me more about Gamal Abdel Nasser's speech that day on the 26th of July.
Yes, as I told you, it was very important decision. Maybe I was one of the people that saying, what if we have waited just one more year and the contract was going to end peacefully and not to enter or just to bring more military attacks on Egypt. And of course, the Egyptian state was not that strong on 1956, even on the military aspect or the economic aspect. But as I told you, when I searched more in the history, and I found that the British company and the French company were not going to end this contract at all after 99 years, but they were going to extend it for more 40 extra years that will end in 2008. And of course, they would have tried to extend the contract more. Of course, due to the importance of the Suez Canal and its influence on the global trade, and from its strategic location, and of course, it was bringing many, having a very good impact on the economy.
Yes, Dr. Maryan, moving to the high dam in Aswan and building the high dam and its impact on nationalizing the Suez Canal. Tell me more about this.
Yes, as I told you, Gamal Abdel Nasser in that time was searching for funds to build the high dam. And of course, the high dam was one of the mega projects for the Egyptian state since that time. And we were lacking any source of funds. So he was searching for more funds and, of course, more sovereignty from the Egyptian state over it. It's one of the important waterways. But also it was one of the sources of the funds to build the high dam and to bring more prosperity to the Egyptian state, and of course the electricity. And you know what's the impact of Aswan Dam and the high dam to the electricity of Egypt, and to generate more electricity and bring more prosperity to the Egyptian state. Also, we have to think about the future of the Suez Canal. We have to maybe to make the issue of the Suez Canal and the security of sailing in Suez Canal, it's a matter of the whole world due to its importance and its impact on the global economy and the global trade. So we have to think in the future of the Suez Canal and its security and making the whole world share in maintaining security in the sailing in the Suez Canal, maybe in the circumstances in the Houthi attacks in the Red Sea.
Yes, Dr. Maryan, one of the main challenges facing Egyptians at that time was operating the Suez Canal after the Europeans left. Tell me more about this.
Yes, of course, in 1956 and after nationalization of the Suez Canal, maybe we were lacking experts how to make things go smoothly in the Suez Canal company. But I do trust in the Egyptian character, and I do trust that we have many expertise that can do this. And of course, we have seen since that time, and maybe to 2015, when the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi opened the second channel or Suez Canal, the second, we have seen that the authority of the Suez Canal was very, very professional in administrating and in just organizing all the Suez Canal, and how we are talking now, maybe after 69 years, we are talking now about the economic zone, not only about the Suez Canal. This means that the Egyptian state is very keen and has a vision to get use and to get benefits from every inch around the Suez Canal. And as I told you now, we are talking about a whole economy or a whole economic society that's that we call it the economic zone of the Suez Canal.
Well, Dr. Maryan Guirguis, the writer and journalist, thank you very much for joining us today on Nile TV International on our breakfast show. Ladies and gentlemen, short break and we'll be back. Alexa.